The screams of second graders pierced the air, mingling with the screech of tires and the sickening crunch of shattering glass. A sheriff's prison transport van, its side emblazoned with the county logo, lurched over the median, smashed through a handmade "Slow down for safety" sign, and plowed into a statue of the school's revered founder, Principal Evelyn Hartwell. The statue's head rolled into the staff parking lot, a grim casualty of the chaos. Amid the pandemonium, a convict slipped free, vanishing between two school buses. Standing smugly at the scene, arms crossed like a general surveying a battlefield, was Leonard Baxter, the neighborhood's most zealous and least competent HOA enforcer. "That'll teach him," he muttered, eyeing the spike strip he'd buried in the mulch hours earlier. 24 hours prior, Leonard had stood at his window, military-grade binoculars in hand, glaring at the morning school drop-off like it was a war zone. SUVs swerved, minivans honked, and kids were practically launched from moving vehicles. "This isn't a school zone, it's a demolition derby," he growled, sipping cold coffee from a mug labeled, "I don't call 911, I call the HOA." His wife, Clara, had long since retreated to the guest room, citing personal space. His daughter, Mia, had emotionally checked out, prioritizing her online followers over family. But Leonard was undeterred, a lone crusader against suburban chaos. Though he lacked official authority to install traffic devices, Leonard saw authorization as a synonym for bureaucracy. HOA Rule Number 7. Residents may take initiative to maintain safety and aesthetics, was his gospel. Elected HOA safety coordinator 3 years running, unopposed, naturally, he donned his neon vest, grabbed his clipboard, and unveiled his masterpiece, a spike strip crafted from old bike chains and roofing nails, hidden beneath mulch at the curve where parents sped most. It was the kind of contraption a supervillain might envy. The next morning, Leonard stood ready, body cam rolling, violation pad in hand. The first parent's car hit the spikes, hiss, pop, screech. Success. Then the second, then the third. "Reduce speed! This is for the kids," he bellowed through a megaphone. But at 8:13 a.m., disaster struck. A sheriff's transport van, carrying 2 prisoners to court, rolled over the spikes. The sound was like popcorn in a steel drum. Tires shredded, the van spun, crashed through the median, and toppled Evelyn Hartwell's statue. 1 prisoner bolted, another lay bleeding. Leonard, unfazed, stood proud. Deputy Sarah Vega arrived, her aviators masking her disbelief. The scene was a mess: flat tires, a missing convict, and Leonard posing like a victorious lawn gnome. "Tell me this wasn't you," she said flatly. Leonard blinked. "Technically, it was the HOA," Sarah sighed. "Technically, you're unhinged." She'd clashed with Leonard before. His complaint about her cruiser's parking angle had sparked a 3-hour HOA debate that still gave her nightmares. Crouching by the exposed spike strip, she marveled at its craftsmanship. "You built this in your garage?" Leonard grinned. "Command center. Want the blueprint?" As paramedics treated the injured prisoner, Sarah reviewed the van's footage. The escapee, Nathan Crowley, wasn't a typical crook. He didn't panic or resist. He walked away calmly, dropping a child's drawing. Sarah retrieved it, a crayon sketch of Eastview Elementary with a QR code-like symbol near the back. Nathan hadn't just fled, he had a purpose. In Leonard's basement, HOA headquarters, Board President Harold Weiss, via Zoom, berated him for violating 12 neighborhood codes, 3 ordinances, and possibly international law. Leonard insisted he'd protected kids. Harold countered, "You blew up a government vehicle on school grounds." Leonard raised a finger. Not one child was harmed. As the board debated his fate, Mia live-streamed to her 40,000 followers. "HOA dad's at it again, turning drop-off into Mad Max." Sarah dug into Nathan's file. Updated days before the crash, it listed fraud, embezzlement, and hacking charges tied to an edtech startup. It felt off. Nathan didn't scream. Career criminal. At Eastview, Principal Diane Lowry scoffed at his name. A menace. Tried sneaking software onto our computers. But Diane's twitching hand and flashy smartwatch raised Sarah's suspicions. Leonard, now suspended from HOA duties, sulked in his garage beside his retired spike strip. Mia patted his back. You almost killed someone, Dad. He nodded. But I slowed traffic. She sighed. You're impossible. He smirked. I'm consistent. Sarah, back at the scene, found a radio report. Nathan was spotted digging behind the school. This case was spiraling into absurdity. A rogue HOA zealot, a prison van crash, and now a fugitive with a mission. At dusk, Sarah reached the school's rear. Disturbed soil near the utility shed revealed a buried lunchbox-sized container packed with flash drives and a hard drive labeled EFS Curriculum Dev Beta Private. This was no random stash, it was evidence. At the sheriff's office, Sarah loaded the files onto a secure laptop. Encrypted logs, app notes, and school system code painted a picture. Nathan's software gamified learning while tracking funds, designed to catch theft, not commit it. Someone had flipped the script, framing him. Sarah confronted Diane. I need the server room. Now. Diane feigned confusion. You'll need a warrant. Sarah leaned in. Found something buried out back. Care to explain? Diane's panic flickered. As Sarah awaited the warrant, Leonard hit rock bottom. Banned from HOA duties and served a cease and desist, he muttered. This is how empires fall. But his security cameras caught movement, Diane and two maintenance men loading cases into a van. Leonard rallied his retiree squad, Ed, ex-Coast Guard, Martha, former NASA tech, Phil, binocular enthusiast, and Gloria, 1987 Miss Suburbia. Operation Falcon missed, he declared. We stopped that van. Sarah's tech team entered the server room as Diane lunged for the drives. Sarah tackled her. You're under arrest for obstruction and fraud. Diane rambled about protecting grants, but the text confirmed it. The school system laundered stolen funds via microdonations, hidden by Nathan's software. Across town, Leonard's crew sprang into action. As the van neared the gate, Leonard triggered sprinklers spraying foam and dye. The van swerved, stalled, and Ed brandished a hoe while Gloria waved her sash. It was chaos, and it worked. Sarah arrived, torn between horror and awe. Leonard had overstepped, but he nabbed the missing drives and Diane's fake ID'd accomplices. She vouched for him. He's a raccoon with a badge, but he got the right trash. Released with a warning, Leonard found Mia waiting. You're famous for something good, Dad. He grinned. I'll take useful. The case exploded. Nathan's software had flagged a statewide embezzlement ring. Sarah passed the evidence to the cybercrime division, earning a promotion. Leonard became a local legend, his gnome-throwing clip a viral hit. Mia launched Spikes for Justice, merch and a YouTube channel for his Neighborhood Defense 101 videos. Sarah tracked Nathan to the school, spotting him watching his daughter, Sophie. It's over, she called. We found the drives. You were right. Nathan surrendered, demanding Sophie's safety. He explained, his platform flagged Diane's theft, but she framed him. The van crash was dumb luck he'd seized. With Nathan's help, the sheriff's department unraveled a multi-district scandal. As headlines swirled, Leonard stood on his porch, sipping from a certified neighborhood hazard mug. The school drop-off was orderly, no speeding, no honking. He nodded. He'd won. Sarah, now in cybercrime, visited Nathan, who'd been offered a role securing school tech. If Leonard hadn't spiked that van, he mused, none of this would have happened. Sarah smiled. Sometimes, the neighborhood needs a little craziness. What do you think? Was Leonard a hero or a menace? Share your thoughts in the comments and tell us, where's the line between vigilance and chaos in your community? Hit that like button and subscribe for more wild stories.